So I'm just kind of sitting here lamenting over what happened with the dentist. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have a cup of coffee and try to like reset my laser lights or all the green dots. I couldn't find my coffee cup and I realized I left it in the truck. It's too cold and windy. I'm in way too much pain. I've had a fever for over a week. I'm on antibiotics, but they're still not working. But I couldn't find my coffee cup because I left it in the truck. But I do have my little Menards bucket that I'm now drinking coffee out of because I'm too lazy. Well, I'm not lazy. I'm in too much pain to go down the stairs and out of the house and go past my sister, who been in horrible fights with. Horrible fights. There is absolutely zero common ground that I can see happening with that to get to any kind of resolution. I don't give a shit who's right and who's wrong at this point. But if you cannot have an adult conversation and not an argument, then I'm not going to be a part of it. And that's just my stance on things. Like, if we cannot talk, because you're going to get escalated, and I immediately respond to that. And if I try to de-escalate and it just stays at this level and that person is not willing to reach me down here, I can't have that. I can't do that. It's not good for my well-being. It's not good for any kind of healthy conversation. Because if you're coming from a place of defense, you're not coming from a place where you're actually able to hear or be heard. At least that's my take on things. I don't know. So another reason I don't want to go downstairs, because I don't want to go by my sister, which I'm thankful that they're here, because the pain that I'm in is it's so bad. My teeth are not, this has just happened, like where they're bucked. That's happened in the last 2 weeks with the tooth pain. Like they started, and it's probably the abscess also is pushing on that. It's just so much pain. And the last thing I want to do is have another fight, because there's already one today, and it's one too many if you ask me. I'm 45, they're 55. If you can't have a conversation, screaming and arguing and not, there's an agree to disagree point, you have to be able to reach that. You have to be able to say, I believe this happened and I'm holding on to that. And the other person says, well, I believe this happened and I'm holding on to that. Okay. Especially because it's something so insignificant in the bigger scheme, but they can't get out of the immediate to even see anything else. They can't get out of the immediate to step out of it and look at it as a whole. And then just agree to move forward. I'm fine to drop it, but I'm not going to admit I was wrong. And they're not fine to drop it because they have to insist that I accept that they were right. And that's where the problem is. At least I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong, but I can't even get to that point to figure out how to move forward, because it's my belief that they're holding on to that. I have to accept their side of things, even if I'm not gonna, it's not going to happen. I will not accept it. I will accept to let it go and move forward. But I'm not going to agree and accept something that I know is not correct for me. My take on things, again, there's 3 sides to every story, right? But I don't know. Am I being crazy? Am I asking too much? Is that, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to move forward. I did reach out to my therapist, and I asked if they are more than willing to do a consultation talk, but not, I only see my therapist, they're local, but I only see them through an app, and that's something that they're not comfortable doing through an app, which I get it. I 100% can see that. That's in an office appointment, which is not going to be today, because they're going out of town, and I hope they have a lot of fun, and I can't wait to hear about it, because I like my therapist. But, yeah, so what would you do? How would you handle it? How do you handle a situation where there's no cordialness even? It's just, I feel like I have to agree to their side of things, and not only agree, admit that they are correct, in order to move forward, and I'm not going to do that. That's soiling my belief, actually. It's soiling my moral standing to do that, because it's not accurate. And it's a constant fight. It's just, they just get so upset and they start yelling louder and then try to block me so I can't exit a room, which just kicks in my fight or flight. Oh, my PTSD comes out bad, and they don't even acknowledge or accept that that's a risk or a actual thing. It's downgraded because they're right, so I have to admit that they're right so I can exit my room. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I'm talking too much, but anyway, let me know what you think.